Lesson 53. Today we will review the following. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Since the thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, the world that pictures them can have no meaning. What is producing this world is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane ones. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing. Number 2. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Insane thoughts are upsetting. They produce a world in which there is no order anywhere. Only chaos rules a world that represents chaotic thinking, and chaos has no laws. I cannot live in peace in such a world. I am grateful that this world is not real, and that I need not see it at all unless I choose to value it. And I do not choose to value what is totally insane and has no meaning. Number 3, a meaningless world engenders fear. The totally insane engenders fear because it is completely undependable and offers no grounds for trust. Nothing in madness is dependable. It holds out no safety and no hope. But such a world is not real. I have given it the illusion of reality and have suffered from my belief in it. Now I choose to withdraw this belief and place my trust in reality. In choosing this, I will escape all the effects of the world of fear because I am acknowledging that it does not exist. Number 4, God did not create a meaningless world. How can a meaningless world exist if God did not create it? He is the source of all meaning, and everything that is real is in His mind. It is in my mind too, because He created it with me. Why should I continue to suffer from the effects of my own insane thoughts when the perfection of creation is my home? Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide. Number 5. My thoughts are images that I have made. Whatever I see reflects my thoughts. It is my thoughts that tell me where I am and what I am. The fact that I see a world in which there is suffering and loss and death shows me that I am seeing only the representation of my insane thoughts, and am not allowing my real thoughts to cast their beneficent light on what I see. Yet God's way is sure. The images I have made cannot prevail against Him, because it is not my will that they do so. My will is His, and I will place no other gods before Him. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. A meaningless world engenders fear. God did not create a meaningless world. My thoughts are images that I have made. Boy, you know what? This is so timely because this just reminds me of the world we are in today, right now, in this present moment. There's so much nuance to these concepts, and Course in Miracles as a whole, as a curriculum, is not telling us to bypass the world. We have to look at it as a whole teaching. It is a very important first step to recognize that we bring meaning, our thoughts are producing effects, and that we are at choice. We have the power to decide what something means. If we bring love into the world, which is our function, to transform that which is loveless, then there's plenty of value there for us to share, to build upon. There is definitely an inner shift that happens, but we have to remember God did not create the meaningless world, but we're here, and we can bring God into the meaningless world. We can transform it. If there's reality here, then we can share that and value it. That's beautiful. That is good and beautiful and holy. There's value in that. And just because it's within the world, we've brought it here. That's good. That's what we're supposed to do as miracle workers. This is not about ignoring and avoiding the chaotic stuff in the world. This is about seeing it for what it really is, which is what these lessons are talking about. That we're seeing what is real, what is unreal, what God created, what am I making? What is part of my insanity here? How can I see it differently? Doesn't mean how can I just put blinders on and not see it at all. It's I'm willing to see it differently through the eyes of love, so that then I can understand what's real, what's not real, and transform that which is not real into something that has value and meaning that can be shared in love. It's all about how you hold it in your consciousness. And I think we need to remember that. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. Meaningless world engenders fear. God did not create a meaningless world. My thoughts are images that I have made. So it really comes back to the power of your thought and perception, and shifting that first in order to see things differently within the world. And then you have the guidance on how you can transform it. And it's up to us to bring God, love, and reality into the meaningless world. It's up to us to write love upon everything. It is not up to us to sit on the sofa and put our head between our legs and do nothing as the suffering that is very real in its effects here in the world continues around us. That is not loving.